So the GTA 6 map looks incredible now. I need to say before I get into this video that this isn't the official map. IGN have done an article about this, and I think PC Gamer have done an article about this as well, calling this the official map. It is not the official map, this is a community project. So this map here is a community project, and what we mean by a community project is that in 2022, for those that don't know, there was a massive leak that came out, which was about an hour and a half's worth of gameplay from inside the game. This was in the pre-alpha testing, so the footage looked a bit rubbish. All it was the developers testing the game on the back end, testing some of the features, animations, and some of the mechanics within the game. Someone hacked the Rockstar Games Slack channel, and if you don't know what Slack is, it's just like a messaging service that a lot of corporate companies use. Someone gained access to Rockstar Games Slack channel and obviously got their hands on all the shared video clips within that Slack channel, which was all from the game. Now, the leaks we got about a week before the GTA 6 trailer came out. One of the people said that we were expecting to see 3 cities in the game, and a lot of people started rumoring and speculating that that means we're going to get Liberty City, San Andreas, Vice City. That's not what they mean. What that actually means is we're going to get Vice City, probably Port Guahorn over here, and in terms of the other cities, we're not too sure. It's probably something like Copperhead or Sundown Beach, or they're basically areas within the map that have a population of people within them, not major cities. Now, within the footage in the trailer, we can also see the keys, and something that we can see that Rockstar have done here is GTA 5 was made for £3. It was made for really old hardware. Now, GTA 5 was a dramatically condensed version of LA. Many parts of LA were missed out, but still, Rockstar managed to bring it to life and make it feel somewhat cohesive. But Rockstar doesn't have the same software or hardware limitations now that they did 10 years ago, or actually more like 14 years ago when the game entered development. So, for example, in the trailer, where we can see the keys, like that is pretty much accurately what the keys look like in real life. They've absolutely nailed it. And something we can see from this predicted map based on the coordinates, we can see that the map is about 2 times the size, because some of the coordinates over here in Port Guahorn sort of way. But the third points away from that, we recorded on Vice Beach. And that obviously maps out this distance, and we can tell the map is this wide and potentially goes this far down. Now, from the leaked clips that we had in 2022, there was a mission in Hank Waffle Diner. And after the mission, Lucia and Jason exited the diner, came down here, drove all the way down this road, and crashed about here somewhere. And in the background of those shots, we saw some Hill SL sort of mountains, which may be indicating that this area is somewhat similar to Lake Georgia. Now in the trailer, we didn't see a lake, Lake Leonida, but this is obviously referring to the massive lake that's in the middle of Florida in real life. And I don't think they'd miss that out because that was a massive part of Florida. So, to miss that out in the actual game would make no sense. So back in reference to the city side of things, we also have like Little Haiti, which in GTA Vice City, Little Haiti was a really small area. It was tiny. It was probably about 10 streets. Here, we can see a whole different area built up around Little Haiti. And that could also lead back into the Wynwood area that we've seen from the leaks as well. So, we do have this overlay, which is a rough version of downtown, but obviously, we have no idea at all if this is true or where this information came from. I don't understand how this information here could have been mapped from what we've seen from the trailer or what we saw in the leaks. So, with this overlay of more streets, a lot of the roads here are complete speculation. Obviously, the whole map is complete speculation, but in the leaked footage in 2022, there was something called the World Events tab, which basically showed you a load of different world events and stuff that happens to no one. Like GTA 5, where you drive out to the middle of the countryside, and a random person would be doing something, or the same in Red Dead Redemption 2, where you'd have a random world activity. There was a world events list of stuff that happens. So some of the features on this are added from that world's events list as well. And within that world's events list, some areas were mentioned towards the north of the map. We could see Fairyland, which is obviously a reference to Disneyland, which I'll be really interested to see how Rockstar pulled this off. and whether something like this actually plays into any of the missions. Now, something that Rockstar Games haven't done in the past is add children into the games. Obviously, this being a predominant attraction for children, we don't know if this is actually going to be in the game. I have some doubts that they put that in because otherwise, it won't be a densely populated area of the map, and it wouldn't feel alive. And it looks like from what we've seen from the trailer, the whole point is to bring the city to life. Something else is NASA. So this would be something really interesting to see how they implement NASA into the game without making it part of any of the missions. If we have a mission where we go to space, I think I'd probably be less engaged with the game because the likelihood that a random criminal in Miami goes to space is a bit of a stretch. But it depends on how they play it and how they put it in. But really interesting to see how that happens and whether we get to see some rocket launches. That'd be pretty cool. Now we need to talk about grass rivers. And the reason why we have to talk about grass rivers is that it takes up about a third or a quarter of the map. But also, I think this is where most of the weird stuff that happens in the map is going to take place. I think this is where we're going to meet a lot of the weirdos like we had in Black County on GTA 5. But also, this seems like the perfect area for them to implement the Red Dead Redemption technology side of things when it comes to animals. This would be really cool to travel around on a boat, on an airboat, and maybe even go mudding because obviously, we saw that in the trailer. I'm really interested to see how this integrates into the story, because from what we've seen from the protagonists, so far based on the leaks that we've had and stuff, it's Jason Lucia. We know there's a couple of other characters that are mentioned, but none of them seem weird enough to be located in the middle of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? They all seem like main city characters where, like in GTA 5, it was very clear that Trevor wasn't a city boy. Now the next thing to talk about is Bermuda Triangle. Now I think for a fact, we probably will get some reference to the Bermuda Triangle within GTA 6. The main reason for that is there's so much mythology and lore around the Bermuda Triangle that to not include it would be missing a huge part of the off-coast of Florida lore and weirdness and mystery. And I think that obviously, Rockstar Games love creating mystery within their games. You got the Mount Chad mystery. I think like the Bermuda Triangle will be the perfect place for them to set another mystery within. Now over here is really interesting how we got some of these islands. I can't remember from the footage if we saw these in the background. I don't think we did. I don't remember seeing these in the trailer, so be very interesting to see where this information here came from. But it is known that Rockstar Games internally called GTA 6 Project Americas beforehand. So this could be a link to maybe Cuba or something like that. Maybe it's like in GTA 5 where you start off in North Yankton. This could be maybe one of the first missions that happened, potentially in Cuba. Maybe you have a mission that's within Cuba, and then you go back to Vice City. Potentially, this is also a potential location for the BTI mansion. But thank you all for watching today's video.